Hi, it's about that time. It's party time from the couch at Swine on RadioDR.co.za.
She's back. She's slow. Don't worry. She'll catch up.
Hi, it's party time from the couch at Swine, and I'm back, guys. It's been a minute. We're in the stew with Slu, and today we got Nomfundo Mlaba. Hi, girl.
Hey. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hi, girl.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. How are you?
I'm excited. Nomfundo, tell us about yourself, girl.
But my name is Nomfundo. I'm a community manager, 9 to 5, a copywriter by hustle, and former radio. What's basically, I'm just a booked and busy girl. But yeah.
Oh, wait. Cool.
Showcase.
So, let's just hop right into it. I'll start with the backstory. So, there's this human being that Slu has been trying to get me to watch on YouTube. And he goes by the name of Kevin Samuals.
The Godfather.
And this man is basically an image consultant in the US, ne?
Showcase.
Yeah, and he pretty much goes on these live chats on Instagram, and he talks to women of all ages. I don't know of all races, because I feel like most of the conversations are more focused on black women and black men and the relationship between the two.
Yeah, so a background story on him. He started so image consultant, has a marketing background and sales and whatnot. So he started this thing. He first used to talk to men.
Okay.
Yeah, but so
his
first videos. I know he used to tear
men apart. I would
apart,
love
bruv.
to go see that.
Tears men apart, relentless. Yeah, and then he stumbled across a book by Shahrazad Adi. And she wrote a book called A Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Female, which was a book critiquing black females. And how it gave an insight of how black men should understand black females, and the tactics they use to not against us, but in terms of I guess the context of society and where they're at in America, etc. And at the time, she did an interview, this was back in 89, 90.
Okay.
Yeah, but with this book, and she came out, fire interview with this other chick. And then she was actually supposed to come to South Africa at that time, back then, to start it here. To start it here, because apparently Umandela was the same thing's happening to our females this side.
Okay.
Yeah, but even back then, and now we see the truth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So his background is sales, marketing, image consulting, and whatnot. But yeah, I think essentially you just realize he's doing he's bridging the gap where females say they want this, but do they know what that male wants of them? The same man that you want, what does he want?
Yeah.
And are you tuned into that essentially?
Yeah. So did you watch it?
Yazi, I'm listening to Uslu speak now, and he's so he's basically all about building a bridge to what you want and what I want. And from what I watched, there was no bridge building.
Because you have to break a bridge first. If it's a shitty bridge, you have to, before we build a new one.
No, in my opinion,
nope. But the first one I watched, I think, was one with the woman who said she does not just smile at strangers or people she doesn't know. So she basically walks around mean mugging as a safety measure.
I mean, okay.
And he was just basically nope, if you do not smile, you're going to end up lonely, you will not have friends around you, and you will not attract a man. And my guy, that screams ignorance. Because if you think walking around smiling at strangers you do not even know, whether it's morning, whether it's afternoon, whether you're at the office or at the club, then you clearly don't know how women are treated in general, in society in general. Smiling, yes, sure.
At your work, do you work with other females?
Yes, I do.
From other races?
Yes.
Do they smile when they greet their counterparts?
They do that little fake smile, which is annoying. But
No, just I mean, as opposed to.
as opposed to mean mugging.
Yeah.
In the office, when they speak to other females, yes, they will generally
Just
smile.
men
Or just men in
yeah,
general.
yeah,
When you
yeah.
smile at men, you don't smile the same as when you're smiling at females. So they do that. And yes, it is other races. And I like that you asked me that question because when I watched the video, it was, he literally said, there's a part where he said, white women in a certain area, like in America, walk around smiling and they seem fine. And I like that he said that because they feel safe. So
Not because that video, if you see the full thing of that video, it's he draws a contrast between. It's not necessarily okay. So his point of view is that like okay, so black women.
If you say black woman and the stereotype that we're just seen as angry black women. And
No,
women
valid.
like
That's okay.
No, but that's not.
I'm not
But
there.
that's not.
But,
okay.
but I'm not
okay.
there. No, valid. True facts. Black women are combative. Valid. Like,
No.
excuse
no,
you,
we're not.
mister.
I mean,
We're just
it's fine.
passionate.
Okay, yeah, you.
Why not say passionate?
Yeah, that's your words for it. But what it means for me on my end, the receiving end of it, is combativeness. Yeah, but you can say go to you being combative. Yeah, but your perception of it.
Okay, so what do you think is the reason for your first reaction to be that? What makes you receive it as uguba combative instead of receiving it like it's portrayed as passion? Because when I release it, I release passion. So however you receive it is on you.
It would depend on the context that we're talking
It's not a
about.
context, it's on
It
you.
would depend on the context.
However you receive something is
It's my
about
choice.
you.
100%.
It is all
100%.
about you.
100%.
So how are you then pinning
Sharp.
it on me? Because
Uguti,
it's you. It's your
also
internal.
what you give off. Yeah, but so I can interact with the guy like at work, right? And we can joke around or whatever, and we can have like a serious thing when it comes to work or whatnot. But we can even be talking about something serious and still be joking. You can have something at work with a female and she'll have a serious tone. She knows why she has that serious tone. And that's why, because I'm not her in. But if I internalize that tone as like, oh, for like, why doesn't she smile like Usbanban when they smile, or why doesn't she or whatever the case is neither here nor there, but there's a certain way that she portrays herself, right? Like there's a certain way that she portrays herself, so if I'm interacting with her, it's either I'm gonna choose to say, what's I don't care whether she's this sort of tone with me, and I'm gonna carry on being smiling or whatever,
Okay.
or I'm just gonna meet her on the same level.
Okay, can I just...
Like I'm just gonna meet her on the same level.
Okay.
So, within that specific reference that he sent you, he was making that I sent you, but he was making a point that like black females in general, because that lady, black females in general, there's no black men can't ask something of a black female who's not doing anything for them, right? And whereas like a white female, white men can demand things of them, right? Because that lady in that video said, she smiles for her man, right? Shooty, she only smiles for somebody that she's getting something from.
Not necessarily, but carry on. Why are you making it about getting or gaining? Why is like...
Because she made a distinct thing, she doesn't smile for any random
She
man.
Yes.
smiles for her man.
For
She
her
only
man.
smiles for her man. Sharp. So hold it there. As a black man who's not fucking her.
Yes.
Right? Like who's not dating her. If I see her so whatever I say to her, I'm going to be met with like
hostility.
Yeah.
But if you were,
wait,
for
hold
example,
on.
offering her cool drink or whatever,
If I was having a cool
then
drink,
the smile would come through.
that's a
I
smile
beg
away
to
that's in.
differ.
Even if I'm saying like something small, like just saying smile to her, like just think of a guy saying smile, because she argues that that's demanding.
Yo.
She
is.
says that's demanding.
Zuzu.
So and then he makes so then you draw speak. So then
Okay.
it's not like a,
So Nzuzo, I'll paint a scenario,
Yeah.
the same office setup scenario that you painted. So ngise office, I'm a female, you're a guy. And I always come, hey Nzuzo, and I'm always smiling. Hey Nzuzo, hey Nzuzo, hey Nzuzo. Next thing, how Lovejoy is flirting with Nzuzo in the office, because that's just the general truth and that's just the general thing. If
Lovejoy?
women are, that's my second name. Sorry guys. But like, if I'm too friendly or too nice, that's the same thing. And I like how you said, Guti, she said she smiles for her man. And your first instinct or your understanding of that was the fact that she smiles for her man because she gets something from him. Why are you not thinking she smiles for her man because she feels safe around her man? Why is it because she's benefiting and not...
Because then you telling me then, in every other scenario, only when you're with your man you feel safe. So in every other scenario in the world, you don't feel safe, and that's why you don't smile to other niggas.
No, generally yes. Like even it's not even a man thing. Like personally, I don't even smile at other women I don't know. Like if I just come across, like let's just say I'm standing at a shop and this random lady just comes smiling at me and she's just like all teeth ass. Like it just becomes a little awkward.
So maybe you can say for women, black women, whatever, that the smiling is not a thing because just for safety
with her
precaution.
specifically was like because different. No, I don't want to say that now because a lot different men came up to her and gave her that feedback.
That thing of
smile, but like a smile, about any. So if different men are coming to you and giving you the same abazan, I go to corner about this. But different men have come to you and said smile in. Kushuti, you're portraying yourself in the world a certain way.
But for Yena, it because she daughter already, so it kind of defeats why she should portray herself otherwise.
Which means that you're only going to be nice to somebody when you want.
Smiling is not being nice. Please, thank you very much.
No, okay, cordial or whatever. What's the what's like the most simplest?
Yes.
Just having somebody like nice. I don't know say.
But like being quiet does not mean I'm not friendly.
Like
I'm
polite.
just quiet.
Oh, okay, like polite.
Yeah.
Okay, just having mere thing of politeness.
Yeah.
Right. You're only going to be polite to somebody which you have like relations with.
Not quite.
Then I don't.
Zuzo, if
quite.
Zuzo, no, Zuzo.
No. I'm trying to understand
No.
what common denominator do the other people have that you're not smiling and this one has, yeah?
So if mhlambe uqhamuka kumina and I'm just standing and you say hi and I'll say hi back without smiling. That's politeness. Angikuzibanga. I do not just pretend as if you do not exist. You said hi.
Yeah.
I said hi. I just did not smile. I do not want to welcome you in my space. And the minute I start smiling at you, I feel like I'm opening a door, like I'm being overly welcome, and you're going to feel welcomed. Because you're just going to be like, oh my goodness, she smiled. Oh, she's so welcoming. Next thing I know, small talk and it just spirals out of control. And now I'm stuck with this strange man who thinks I was flirting just because I smiled and he feels invited. No, thank you.
I 100% get your thing in the sense that you generally are polite. Like even when I met you, like you don't have to be like a ha gushing to the like yabo showing your teeth and whatever. But you can feel somebody who's not polite. Like you can feel somebody like who's standoffish. Like you don't give off that standoff energy. So you can get stuck on the smiling part, like the action of smiling. But
it's the
energy. Like if you are warm and you are in any, like there's the difference about it. And if your general aura is standoffish, bruv, you can say however you want about the outside people of the world in if different people are coming and they're saying, okay, this is what they notice of you, the only common denominator, my nigga,
is you.
Thank you.
Well, let me just correct you. I like how you said aura and smile because those are two different things. Okay. When we started this conversation, I said I do not smile. And I genuinely do not. Yeah, even when you met me, I was just like not smiling. I was just like I'm sure my aura is good, but I do not smile. And when that lady said she just does not smile because she does not want to welcome people in her space, she did not say anything about her aura. She did not say anything about that. So your arguments right now...
No, but when a guy approaches her, okay, but when I approached you, I did not feel like you were being standoffish, right?
Okay.
Right? So if you got a resting bitch face, right? That's accompanied with that's not just in your face. That's your attitude, your
and earlier, Slu, you said approach and tone is everything. Okay. So when you approached me, you said hi. I said hi back, and then it went on from there. Yeah. But if you approach me you're a stranger, one, you need to
Sure,
consider that.
sure.
Awungazi from a bar of soap, and you come at me and it's just like, smile, lady.
Yes.
How do you expect me to
Yeah,
act?
you're
Am I
obviously
just gonna be
gonna
like,
have an offish.
that man said I should smile? No, I'm gonna give you like
Okay.
bitch
why
energy.
Won't you smile?
What the hell? You're a
No, no,
stranger.
I'm not okay.
As
Awungazi.
in,
No,
as in
fine.
what would, why?
Like, why not smile?
Because ungijwayela kabi awungazi
kabi
nano
kanjani?
ungazi uzongitshela
Kanjani?
ukuthi smile hayibo.
Kanjani?
Like, firstly, you are rude because
How am I
do you
being rude?
one, how do you approach a person you have never met that you do not know and decide to crack a silly joke? Yes, I know mhlampe uzoti. Oh my goodness, I was just like trying to be like, smile lady, because I was just being like a
So
silly
cracking
joke.
a silly joke is rude when I don't
Yes,
know
yes. You don't know me. You can't do that. You need to be respectful.
You see, but I can't define. But
You
my
need
point
to approach people. You need to approach people the way you want them to receive you. So if you approach me ngendlela yokubungeza
How you
uthi
said-
smile
but how
and you
you said- but you
demanding,
said earlier
then
on that-
ngizokuphendula ngokubungeza. Oh,
Earlier on, you said ukuthi, how somebody receives you is up to them.
yes, exactly.
So wait, okay. So
Exactly.
So if I'm lighthearted and get papel and I'm saying a joke in about what when I'm saying smile, and then you receive that as rude in, is that still on me?
No, that's definitely on me.
Okay.
However, when as the person who released the energy, you need to take it.
What like the happy energy?
No, so if kukuthi nzuzu uza kumina ngithi,
Yeah.
and when that's your vibe, ukuthi
Sure,
like
sure,
uphaphela
sure.
abantu ongabazi, which is annoying by the way, and I hope you don't do it.
Sure.
Bakhona abantu abanjalo.
Yeah.
So and you come to me and I'm just like, actually, like ungijwayela kabi.
Sure.
The next step from there is not for you to then conclude ukuthi hi look girl is just a mean person. Yes, I release the energy yokuthi when you release the
Oh, I
energy
mustn't
onto me.
conclude that.
No, you can't.
Okay,
Because when uzile kumina with that energy, nami nga
happy
react.
energy.
Yes, no, with your happy energy,
And
nga react because
that
nami I'm a
mean
different
energy.
person. And now indlela react ngayo is still on you. So it's just a transfer of energies.
Yeah.
So for that guy to say that lady will end up lonely and all those horrible things, he said that's wrong.
No.
Because wonke umuntu just chooses to be themselves, and how other people receive you, it's on them.
100%. So he's drawing the inference to say, generally speaking, if you look at other races of women to their men, in how they generally act towards their men is not in a hostile way. It's not in any way.
I want you other races
Wait,
ovele
no.
uthi qifi. Because other races, like
Why?
I just wish we would stop comparing black women to other races, because it's like there's such a huge gap. Or like
With what?
with everything, it's safety. Uyazi ukuthi mangase uthathe mina, uthathe like a white female, usibeke la enzansi parking lot.
Yeah.
She would be safer than I would be, even though
How?
she is in a mostly black area and I'm the black. So
How would
mean
she be
I'm within
safer?
my community, and Yena, she's within a foreign community, but she would probably be safer than I am.
How do you ascertain that?
Hi, Zuz.
No, tell me how. You can't just
Hi,
take
Zeus.
it. No, tell me
Hi,
how.
Zeus.
If she's standing out here and then we're both standing, a white and a black female, they're both standing out here, and the black female is inherently more in danger than the white female. How?
I just feel like cops go way deeper for white females than they do for black females.
When I
So
subuya
you're
pila,
saying
that's
the
the first thing they're
reaction
gonna
of
ask
justice.
you.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
because
So that's why they're safer.
the
Not
first
that
thing,
they say
the
that,
first
but
thing
in
my
terms
boy
of
said
like-
when I subuya pila. But if it's a fact, ma'am, are you okay? Is someone coming to fetch you? It's just the way it is. Like the first thing boy selling angibuza lona mangase ngime la ebusuku sisu wena ubuya pila. And if a white woman was standing there, because uzothi, ma'am, are you okay? I phone it, guys. She needs to be safe, and that's just a general thing. And asking questions like how and trying to be technical about it, for me, that just screams ignorance, because you live in South Africa. You know damn right what it happens, and you know damn right I'm telling you the truth right now.
Which ignorance and what happened?
I
in
was
South
with South
Africa?
Africa. Zuzu. I was with South Africa. Hi, Zuzu.
No, tell me what's happening in South Africa. No, Pela, Mina, I'm looking at my perspective. Mina, I'm looking at what I'm experiencing.
Oh.
What I bring to the conversation is what I experience.
Okay.
About it. I'm not taking what I'm seeing in A&E and what somebody else is saying.
You.
It's my experience about it
Okay.
and my point of view. So if you're saying Ngoti in South Africa, like Uspume, her South Africa experience may not
It's
be the same as
different,
yours.
okay.
Yabo. So it wouldn't be like because she's black, now she has to feel the way that you feel.
That's
Yabo,
true.
I understand. Yabo.
That's
So I don't
true.
want it to be like that. So the econ booze, okay,
Oh, slow.
if she's outside,
They're condescending.
if she's
Dude,
outside,
they're
no,
condescending.
no, because the biggest point that he makes in that video, is that like, because you only act a certain way with somebody that you have relations with shooty men who don't know you don't owe you anything if your tire gets fucked out if you get robbed or whatever the case is, because there's a risk of offense when I approach you, whether I'm being jolly, whether I'm being in it, because inherently I get you when
I'll smile. Yeah.
Smile, offensive.
And
Offensive,
Yeah.
Smile, whatever you need, then you need to require that from
your
the
man.
actual man that you have relations with, from the person that you treat like a person who's deserving of your smile, right? Don't come around and say then black men this, black men that, black men in. Say indoda yami, hey.
yes,
Ngadlwengulwa laphayana in Pinetown indoda yami bingekho, even though he was in New Germany. Manje yabo.
yes, mina personally, I like the example you used. If like ngikunyele itai and I'm on the road, and if a car full of black men approach me while I'm stuck there, I'd probably be more scared about the fact that I'm sitting in a locked car waiting for a roadside assist to come assist me. I probably wouldn't even open for them to try help me.
Yes.
And that is exactly it. When what you are trying to portray is saying, Wuti, smiling invites only the good men. Let me finish. We are not denying that smiling more could sometimes help us get the assistance we need or whatever. But more often than not, smiling will attract the unwanted type of vibe around you. Because about the example you're using now, I'm stuck on the M4. I'm a woman.
Sure.
I'm alone. It's 12 o'clock. I've called roadside assist. They told me to sit down, sit in the car, lock all doors. We're on our way to assist.
Showcase.
A group of 4 men comes to assist.
100%.
So generally, like as humans, it would be, the better option would be for me to just open for them, sanbonabo budi, thank you for offering to help, bang sees. But in the world we live in, and if you say you cannot speak on the South Africa I experience or the South Africa, then you are ignorant, because that means you don't read. But
I don't read.
No, obviously I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you say.
So, no, I want to understand.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, but in my words, I'm not saying because she reads, because she's beautiful. Wait.
Why you being a man?
I'm trying to get to the ignorance. No, guys, you can't just say things and then we just let slide.
Okay, let me
So I'm trying to
that.
understand what he said, because she's saying because I don't read.
No, I did not say that. You did not hear me.
Because I'm only sharing my
Ngithe
experience.
If this was I offended. Oh no, but I said if you are saying yonke into engisho about the South Africa I experience when you do not experience it, or it's just something that is not within your experience, because if you say you'll only speak on what you experience, that would basically mean you've never experienced it because you've never seen it happening, you've never read about it. It's like it's just something that's not in your experience, and essentially that would mean
even if I've read about it, it's not my experience.
Okay.
Even if I've watched it,
it's still not your experience.
It's not my experience.
Okay, cool.
So whether you Bluetoothing information from somebody else,
it's still
does
not your experience.
Make it your experience. So the emotions that you attach to that and you say this is life, when it's not your experience, is a false representation of what your experience is. So when I'm talking to you and your experience, I want to know your point of view, which you've infused with your actual experience and your knowledge, what you come up with.
But also, so if I've never been raped, I cannot say rape is my experience.
No.
Okay, maybe that was an example. Okay, true. Essentially,
if you've never been raped, you can't say rape is not, like, you can't say rape
but
is
you can
but
say,
you can say it's something women in South Africa experience.
No, but you can say like unwanted like interest from a man is your experience. So like a man may be touching you and you don't want to be touched, is your experience.
So then maybe I should just not maybe even be part of the chat then, because I've never been mugged.
Sure,
but I would never let a man come into my space because of that fear. Like I've
based
seen
on
based on what I've seen happening, based on other people's
Seen where?
experiences who are
Or like
close
on
to me.
like
So she's saying now her knowledge. It's the knowledge that
Oh,
she
the
has.
external-
Yes, the
Oh my
external
goodness.
knowledge.
Oh, the blue
Zuzu,
screen.
you are such a man, and
Okay.
I feel like
No,
you're
I'm
just,
trying to understand. No,
you are
trying
just
to
like,
understand.
I want to trigger you.
No, I'm not even
That
trying to
is
trigger
your-
you. No, I'm not even trying to trigger. I'm trying to get to you.
I'm not.
Like if you represent, like if you like
I'm not getting
people represent other people's ideas. Like yabo any. So you saying Guti, you haven't experienced this and this any, but my G, you like you on it with it about any. So for me it's like okay. So for me to genuinely get to Guti who that person is, I need to know Guti what's that person's experience, right? And then I need to say, okay, if you feel this way in any rate, where does that stem from? Right, sharp.
All I'm just gonna say is
Sure.
that you guys just had a fully length conversation about smiling, and like,
Yeah, 'cause-
and that's the only but like, so Nomfundo mostly because shooting nje wena out of watching Kevin Samuals, it take trigger shit Guti is smiley. Yes, me that you know many things triggered me. Like,
you always smiling, nigga.
fuck that, but that's not the point.
No,
But
I'm saying like
Oh
in
my
presence,
goodness.
like somebody approaches you, they don't feel that yeah, but like as a guy, like when you approach people or when you talk to people, it's like you really are jumping off a ledge, right? So, however, no, because you don't like
because you also don't know how
speaking,
you're going to be.
Yeah, and generally speaking, black females are like ugh, yeah, but towards you. Generally, no,
Yeah, well, ugh.
real talk though.
Yeah,
but in it,
yeah.
So, real talk, yeah, but like they are that ugh. So for me, it's like okay, it makes me think. Kushuti, what I think of ne is how the image of the black man is. But not even the experience of it, because we're not talking about an experience. Because
Please
she's not talking
don't.
about an experience. Yeah, but when she's talking about the image, the idea of a black man, and that idea is what governs how I behave towards them, right? So that's what I'm seeing. If we Bluetoothing things and we what.
That is true.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I receive that behavior.
I get you, and I do agree.
Yeah, but I receive that behavior and then I'm still supposed to be whatever the fuckers are saying. I'm supposed to be acting, whether I'm supposed to be policing other niggas or or I don't know what all these females want black men to do, mind you, but all of that and then still be met with that sort of thing. So it's like by slim.
That's Zuzu. Like,
By slim. see that, like I'm like you're trying to tell me to so I'm trying to be the fool, like I'm the fool.
So are you trying to say if maybe women were nicer, then you guys would advocate to be better human beings?
oh,
Advocate
that's such a
to be
good
better human
question.
beings towards women.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
me
asking.
being-
No,
wait,
I'm
wait,
asking.
wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now hold that in. So if women were being nicer in general,
Yeah.
I would advocate for.
As in, would you? So now I'm saying, if women were nicer towards men, would men then advocate for other shitty men to, stop being shitty towards women? Would you then advocate for being?
What's that? Like what's shitty?
As in, like, the whole thing, like you're saying, women are always saying men should also sit down with their friends and have the conversations of stop touching women when they don't want to, and yada 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 yada.
Oh yeah, I mean.
So I'm saying
I'm not having that, but that conversation. I'm not saying that conversation is not being had, because anything, if I'm with a guy who does things that I wouldn't do or I wouldn't feel comfortable with, I'm not going to be comfortable with that guy.
Yeah.
In
No, I
general,
get that,
yeah,
but
but
I'm saying now, like a vibe that happens, where like a guy approaches a girl, keeps approaching a girl, not necessarily to rape or anything, but just that constant
Sure, and
trying, and that happens with your friends, with your niggas,
All the time,
because we used to underplay that thing as just it's normal. He's trying his luck, oh boy.
Yeah,
So I'm
very,
saying,
very, very
yeah,
trying his luck.
yeah. So now I'm saying, if
Ngapha
women,
kwenzeki lutho phela,
Ngisho
uzwa
sengingabi.
ngono
so I'm saying,
uzwa ngono ayibo uno bafethu in reality uqhamuka mhlawumbe uthola ba no about 12 before
Kube no yes.
ingoba ngisheli. Nijwayele cha ingoba ngisheli.
But wait, I'm not done.
Nijwayele ukuvuma unqaba.
But I'm not done.
Yeah,
So my
exactly.
thing is, if women were nicer to men,
Sure.
generally speaking,
Yeah.
would you then advocate, not just you, but then would men
Yeah,
now
I genuinely
advocate
think
and have these
yes.
topics to protect women?
I think they do have those topics, but yes, I think outside of that, because I feel like you're taking an extreme to say Guti. Like my thing is, you're taking something small and making it like having a say in the extreme. But if you took this small thing is just smiling or being nice,
Okay.
and then we took another small thing with the interaction between males and females, and we said,
What
would this
would be
be
the
better?
other?
Would this be better? Then possibly, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So Nzuzo, I know like the last time we spoke, you said I cannot speak if it's not my experience. So here's a scenario. A friend of mine, ukhungeli Thai, and while they're on the road, guys come to offer her help. She lets them, like she's uspume. The lady is uspume actually. She's welcoming, good vibes. The next thing uspume is raped by the same guys. Uspume is my friend.
Sure.
I did not experience what uspume experienced. But I know that it's possible and it's some things that happen. So do you then expect me, when I'm in the same situation Uspume was in when that unfortunate event happened, to act the same way Uspume acted, which led to the event? So if me and a man just saying he stuck 2 months after Uspume's rape, the only thing she did was she was nice to gentlemen who offered her help. She ended up being raped, maybe killed or whatever. Now I'm in that position. How do you expect me as the woman? Yes. No, like let's just say
Same place.
exactly same everything. So how do you then expect me as the woman who has never experienced what Uspume but got
Has the knowledge.
Somebody directly who's experienced it in the same place.
even if yes, but and get Uspume.
Is this the same place as the
Yes,
giveaway?
it's the same place. Yes, it's the same. It's exactly the same place.
The same place the giveaway.
So
That's
how
like
do-
saying, I wouldn't expect a Big Mac if I went to the McDonald's. And
Okay.
somebody would-
Okay.
what if the
Ngilinde
guys
ke
are
ngicede.
in the same
Okay. So wait for me to finish. So then angithi that information got
Sure.
Bluetoothed to me because I've never experienced it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna act in a way to avoid ukusikwenzeke ngusiphume. And when earlier you said you cannot really comment on things that are based on other people's experiences because I have never experienced it, which is wrong.
I'm not saying comment.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is wrong because if I say I act a certain way because of things that have happened to other people close to me,
100%.
things I have seen on the news, things I have read,
100%.
and when your reaction to that is, but why are you acting like that because it's never happened to you? So are you saying I need to wait until it happens to me before I start doing things that will make me feel safe?
I'm saying, however you act in that situation, based on whatever information you get elsewhere, may not be representation of your reality in that current moment. So whatever information that you're using to make a decision that moment may be incorrect information because you're not taking information from that current moment, and that's what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
So however whatever the consequences of that are in any, so you can live in that bubble and say mentally, like you're creating a mental bubble to say wherever I go, right? In kunje, in. So that it inhibits you in acting accordingly within any given situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when as a man,
Yes, as a
if
man, yeah.
a friend of yours went
Yes.
through something that was just like super painful, or even something you read on the news,
yeah.
and you are in that same situation, one, would you rather do what society expects of you, which is to just not really create that mental bubble because like it hasn't happened to you and the information you received could not be the reality, or you would rather choose to be on the safer side and do whatever you feel will make you safe at that certain point?
It depends on the actual situation.
We are moving in circles.
No, I'm being for real. Like it depends on the actual situation. Because
Okay.
my thing is like this.
I'll give you a long rope. I'll give you a long
Give me an
rope.
example.
I will not give you an example. You are the person who says it depends on the situation. Give me one example where you would choose to be on the safer side, and give me one example where you would choose to just focus on what society expects of you. You give me those 2 examples.
So I have to make like what my friend calls
Create
A scenario,
scenarios or
yeah.
whatever. You do it yourself, because I
Okay,
wouldn't know.
let
So
me-
just
let me
What's
create an
something that
exam-
men
let me
go
create an
through,
example for her
like beating
point.
up a woman? Don't
Let
do
me
that.
go through an example for her point. Let's see. What example would I use?
as a
Maybe
woman,
being
ngabe sengi
accused
qamuke
for rape.
namangaki.
As a man being abused for rape.
Accused.
For rape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Accused for rape. Yeah, that's a big example. So what's the scenario? So a scenario where he slept with somebody and then he didn't save text messages or record a what's this thing?
A voice note.
No, record what?
A video
Consent.
consent.
Yeah, a consent video.
Yeah.
And then a band in. Would you say, would I either take the risk of not having a recorded video, or would I err on the side of caution and record a video?
That's a good example.
Oh, that's a dope example. It
You're dope. Why
Yeah,
wait, Jabram?
yeah.
Man.
It would depend. It would depend on the broad.
Really?
Yep, it would depend on the broad. It would depend, would say, if it's a one night stand, the context in which I'm fucking her, like all of those things would depend on the broad in. If it's someone that I've been pursuing and what ngamazi in, it's a different conversation. Yeah, in. But if I treated her, the one I've been pursuing for a long time in, and I still said, okay, wait, hold on, don't take them off yet. And I recorded it and I said, yeah, please, this is you now. Please state your name, your ID, in where you're from, and state what you're about to sleep with in, and you consent to sleep with her in. Someone that I've been courting for long. Yeah, maybe I could do that too. Erring on the side of caution, yeah, about it.
Do you not think you should be doing that for a one night stand?
Exactly, because that's what I was about to say.
No, I'm saying for a one night stand, I would. Yes.
Do that. Oh,
do
I thought you were
that.
saying you do that for the.
No,
for
I'm
the,
saying I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
The one that like I'm always gonna just always have a video, so I'm always gonna be in it because it's always just to be safe.
So-
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
But like so it would depend on the context.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do you understand, Uguti, that dependence on the context is risking your entire life? Because
I totally understand
you
that.
exactly.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
So when a woman says, I choose to be on the point of safety, it's not because she's creating a bubble. She just chooses.
No, she
chooses to
is creating a bubble by choosing that she is. You
So
can't say that she's
it's
not
fine.
creating
Okay,
that
okay,
bubble.
okay.
Yeah, but like you can't have it one way without
One
the
way,
other.
okay.
Yeah.
So she is creating
The bubble.
a safety bubble.
Name it a safety bubble.
It's a
fine.
safety bubble.
Yeah, I mean, whatever
So
narrative you
when,
want to use.
essentially,
whatever-
yes, a bubble.
Whatever branding you want to use, nah.
It's still
like
a bubble.
Whatever branding you want to
Okay.
use, but my point is how that bubble affects how we interact, right? So that bubble for you is cool, but the consequences of it also, don't be alarmed by like the consequences of that bubble.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
So when you are saying,
Which also you're not entitled to from a guy.
yes, like that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay, cool, guys. Also, Bamtole Nomfundo, guys. I love her energy. Three things.
No, she's in the fashion trend. They say youth. The next one.
I know.
Yeah.
She's a bob. Anyway, another thing that I picked up from Kevin Samuals, because this is just an episode
Smiling. Yeah.
of Kevin. No, Nje, based on Kevin Samuels.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
The Godfather. We need 3 parts.
No, we just going. We just going. Another thing that I picked up from Kevin Samuels, he basically likes to talk about women who basically played with their youth. They didn't capture their men during that time. They're basically
They were hot.
cutting off, living their best life, hot summer girl, whatever
That's
you call
cool.
it. And then as mnyaka ifika, you know, as mnyaka ikhuphuka, now usiyabona ukuthi ay, it's time. Girls need to settle down, get married, and all these girls are called in are girls that want high level men, you know, and now they're wanting high level men, but they're not at their peak anymore. And two, most of the time they have kids, you know. And he says, essentially, a high level man doesn't want a woman with ingane or a woman also experiencile. Ufuna a woman young is that they can experience things together and whatever the case may be. And like for me, I mean, I'm also paraphrasing here, but like for me, I kind of understood where he's coming from. Like, I kind of understand how he's painting today's woman, modern woman. Ukuthi we go around and we claim we're these big things. We claim we like, oh my gosh, I'm an 8.
A 10.
I have a car, I have this. This is what I bring to the table. And he makes me realize, Guti, no, Sisi, all these things that you're saying that are for you. These are not things that you bring to the table. Because this man that you want to be your high-level man, he's bringing, high-level things. He's bringing...
No, but he's bringing like, what you want.
He's bringing what you want to the table, what you've been saying you want in a man, But are you bringing what he wants in a woman?
Can I just ask, so if we are saying a high-level man, and are we saying the woman is not high-level?
No, so
he's high level.
So we're saying high-level men because the females want a high-level.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he does describe a high-level woman as like a feminine, no kids, she's young, cooperative. Not in the slave sense, just in terms of like
submissive, cooperative.
Yeah. Cool. What else does he say? Yeah, like fit. Oh, he says fit as well. Yeah. And like
so Bobby.
Yeah, and basically, but also they don't use 7 like to rate. They don't use 7, and 8 is a Beyonce, 9 is a Kelly Rowland, 10 is a Rihanna. And then he was like, yeah. And then he was like, so high-level woman would be like a nice 6. Yeah, but she takes care of herself. She takes care of how she looks, and because men are visual humans, so she has to take care of how she looks. She has to. He says she has to compete to keep her man. She has to compete to keep her man. She mustn't just relax.
I think we've already
controlling Jay.
I think we've concluded. It's like I'm not a big fan of The Godfather. Like, he's just like.
Because I mean, it makes you work.
No, it does not even make. No, it does not even make me work, or like I can do that. But Nakona, if I am a 35-year-old career woman, I am kept. I have everything that is.
Except a man.
Yes, obviously. I have everything that a high-level man has, besides the high-level man himself. So me and this man are basically like almost a similar person. Like just that I'm a female, he's a male, so that's where we differ. And we're roughly the same age. He probably has kids too, now I have kids. Why is it that the fact that I have kids is a disadvantage to me? He also has kids, and it's an advantage to him. I'm so glad you bring
this up. Let me tell you. I'm so glad you bring this up. It's because
so I'm attacked now.
No, I'm not attacking you, but like, listen, it's because majority of the time. Now let's take this into South African context. Majority of the time, if a man has kids, those kids don't live with him; they live with the mom. Whereas a woman, if she has kids, those kids live with her. Meaning, if she has to go and start a relationship with another man, she has to take those kids with her, which means she's now asking this man to be a stepfather.
Not asking, expecting.
Not even asking, expecting this man to be a stepfather. If she doesn't choose to date, she wants maybe to date after her kids are grown up and have left the nest. Now she's older.
And she can't really.
And she can't now find.
And I like that you raised that. So we can all conclude, Gutsi, this is not a woman problem. It's a society problem. Because the only disadvantage I have to this as a woman, it's that I'm the one taking full responsibility of these kids. It's not that I have kids. It's that I'm the responsible one between the father and the mother. Because if tables were turned, and let's just say, fine, the kids don't stay with the mother. No, the kids don't stay with the mother. They stay with the father. The father will still expect the woman that comes into his life, whether high level or not, to be a stepmother to his kids. And that's going to be deemed as normal. So it's only abnormal when it's the woman who's staying with the kids. It's only abnormal when it's the woman who has to come with the baggage. But if it's the man bringing the baggage, it's kind of like, okay.
No,
it's also what he wants.
Exactly, it's what she wants as well.
No, but you know what it is. You know what it is, and this is what he said. Kevin said.
No, just stop referencing to him.
Okay,
What
let
did
me
you
not
say?
reference Kevin. Let me not reference Kevin, but it's also something that I've noticed is that a man with kids who will take his kids to the next relationship is able to take care of his kids and this girl in the relationship over a woman who's bringing another man into the relationship.
By take care, what do you
are
mean?
you gonna be taking care as in financially?
Girlie, South Africa.
My bro, listen. I'm telling you right now, and I'm saying this from a point of I've seen it happen. My own damn brother
I've experienced it. I was raised that way, so we both have experience.
He takes care of his woman if he's got a gal at that time. Sharp. And equally so with my sister this side, but I'm just saying, Wuti, normally, like, what do you call it? Normally.
The general
idea is that the reason why kuganjalo ukuthi kunormally for women now to take the place of stepmom is because he has this man can still take care of me and still take care of his kids, and also women are more softer,
and that is that is the
women
problem.
Are more accepting of another woman's
and that is the problem, and that is the
man.
problem. That's where the problem starts.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's like 100% on that. I don't even think that's the problem. I think you just can't deal with what men want. It's like not like it doesn't have to go deep in terms of whatever. No.
So the man can want the same thing. If I want the same thing, I'm wrong. But he wants the same thing, and he's right.
Yeah, but hold on. You can want what you want. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get it. Because in terms of the tools that you have,
chances are ngengithole vele ngoba ngengishare.
What like uzomrappa
uzomrappa.
So already in the conversation you're talking from a bystander anyway. You're not even on the field, my nigga. You are the person on the side walking there that's getting picked, and you say yes or no in. So in terms of you can want whatever you want you want whatever the fuck you want but in terms of what the guy wants, because what the guy wants and
is what happens.
Ingane to us are two different things. When ingane yakho, whether you slept with 3 different people and it's anywhere one of them rational relate, it's yours. So wherever you're gonna go, very yakho.
Yes.
Umchita it's his legacy. Umchita it's his legacy. So even if I'm gonna work and I'm gonna choose where I'm gonna put in my resources, if I'm dating a stepmom I know that her kids are gonna be chugging into my resources. That's somebody else's legacy.
Yeah, that's not.
Yes. So, Uti, what do you want? Want whatever the fuck you want.
As a step parent, you don't benefit from.
Okay, guys, and that is, and I like that the fact that you guys keep on raising all these points, but that is the actual problem. That's
not a problem.
No,
that's
it is.
Want.
No, it's a problem. The problem is the fact that you literally just said men always have the choice and women never have the choice.
Because you're Shelani. Do it from a practical thing. Don't do it at the end.
Okay.
Do the
okay,
whole
it's
thing,
fine then. It's fine.
And then also
it's fine.
Yeah.
Then what's the problem?
Yeah. Then if you're doing that, dog, you wouldn't have a problem. You can find a guy right now. You can go out now and find a guy right now with a kid. You can find you can find.
I'll take the challenge. And also this general idea to say like. Oh my goodness, I want to make an example with a family esiyaziyo sonke, but I'll choose not to. But there's this family in Durban, sonke siyayazi.
Or they could be in Cape Town.
Okay, they could be in Cape Town, but there's this family.
In Durban.
Yes. Ugeli sonke siyamazi. Ugeli had her millions, rich animal. Enganangani, wahlangana nobhuti. Bashada nobhuti. Wayondla ingane, wayikhulisa, wayifundisa ekoleni ezi-rights, ihamba ngeemoto ezi-lavish yonke into. Because like she was that woman.
Bangaki. Thank you. Okay, like one example. Wow. The exception, yes. Let's mention the exception. Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Passenger, no, guys. I mean, I still think it's society that's a problem.
It's not
Because
society.
no, it definitely is. Yeah, as in Zuzo, the reason it was like that back then, generally, in Jongo Bush, like kids were deemed as baggage on the woman. Because
Kids are baggage on just anyone. Kids are umthwalo. It's not a small thing. It's not like a light thing. It's not a thing that happens in pastime.
I get
Yeah,
it.
serious, the way you can have a casual ngane, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, okay, so let's just say I'm in a relationship. We've dated for like 10 years, and then we have kids, and then just doesn't work out. What happens then after we break up? Relationship, guys.
No, but why doesn't it work out?
Like we just grew apart, or we decided which we're no longer compatible, and unfortunately there was a kid involved, but we still like co-parenting, whatever. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm sure that guy wouldn't be good off afterwards. With you, good luck, bruv, with finding the next guy, because it's like with the way the market is. Yeah, like
it's
I don't know.
Tough.
Yeah, like
it's
I don't know.
Tough, bro.
I don't know if it's wise for you to sort of like
to leave.
bro,
So I must just stay because the market is just so terrible. Miss me. Miss me, there's damn vibrators. I will take that. Thank you very much.
Let's go, because all a man is good for is sex.
Yeah, but he does say, and I'm
All a man
sorry,
is good
I'm
for
going to say
is
this.
sex.
This man, Kevin, does say is that women control the sex in the relationship and men control where the relationship is going.
That's true.
Men control access to relationships.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. I do agree with that.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean. So my point is like you're talking about like if you're an instigator, bro, I'd understand. Yeah, but if we're on the same team, lesbian, so is a lapan, so a lesbian will understand. A lesbian will also understand how crazy chicks are. Yeah, but be like, yeah.
What do you mean chicks are crazy? You're just a woman hater. Oh my goodness.
How
was
woman hater?
Spume.
I saw woman hater. He just now image consultant.
Oh, great, but my minds I think are the same.
No, listen. Just the last one, and this one for me took me places. Name. This is the last one, and then we're done because we can be here the whole night. Clearly,
true.
The last thing the one I watched today, Kevin Samuels says, high-level men don't cheat. They practice their options. And he took Bill Gates as an example. Ne? It's Bill Gates, he had divorced Amanje, and recently it was leaked. Well, not leaked. They released Tuguti. Bill Gates was busy on the sideline with his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend.
Used to go on vacations.
Yeah, they used to go on vacations with his ex-girlfriend, and his wife knew, and he approved of this. And she was okay. Yeah, she was okay with this. And he goes on to say, a high-level man, not only does he put work into his relationship and whatever, but he also respects unkosikazi wakhe. He also respects the union yomshado wabo by not going and ukuthi nje yaxhiphiza information ukuthi nje kuyalikwa kuliku nazi ingane unengane la kuyalikwa kade uchitha la yabo, all that type of shit. And that's why he says he doesn't consider like artists and
DJs and
stuff
like that.
DJ namam sports banbani people as high level, because they deal with a lot of women, but they don't know how to deal with them, like
because they don't have sexual discipline.
They don't have sexual discipline.
Guys, I think my EQ
and then he says so then he goes on to say, when he asked previously, what do black women give back to the community? Because here's this woman, Melinda, who wanted a high level man, got herself a high level man, got herself into a high level relationship. About two bow sharp. I think now Velch comes from a good background. About two bow sharp, they came together about a shiny high level relationship by Shire, and what does she give back is sharing her man.
Hi guys.
So then he says, so all these women who call in and say, you know, I'm this, and I want a high level man. Where
high level yin.
Not even to high level. Where are you ready
for a high level
relationship? High level man? Are you ready to have sacrifices such as
to keep that high level relationship?
Such as knowing ukuthi your man is out there sleeping with someone else, but he's doing it in a way ezohlonipha umshado wenu. Ngeke lokhu ubone.
So it's him, basically.
Pretty much, but ngeke uvuke ekseni kuthiwa ha usibanibani ubona utholakale enza nje nalo yabo type of thing.
I think high level is just beyond me. Mina guys, ngwasemafam, ngwasebovini, and lo high level.
Yeah,
I
think we need to. I think as women we need to realize that maybe money is not where it's at, hey.
Like just make your own.
Yeah, nanokuthi nokuba high level.
That's not gonna help. Because you make your own and you're still not going to date down. You're going to still want a guy that makes either your amount or higher. It's not like you're going to make your own. You say, yeah, hey, I'm Kumbulusbu that I used to date in Sakhola 5,000.
Wow.
Yes, Ubambo 8.
How bold of you to make Usbu as an example.
Saying Shayu Manje, I'm getting Bela Usbu. Like, you're not going to do that.
Oh, high level.
Yeah.
That's a range.
Yeah, that would be your best. Bro, if
like
females were like, I'm looking after my pockets, sharp, I'm doing this pocket thing, and then they're like, I'm just looking for a good dude. Yeah, but I'm not going to disrespect him.
Yeah, because also now what happens with a woman that is high level or that's hola kuli yonke sharp is that akakwazi, she doesn't see herself taking
care of another man.
No, taking instructions from a man. She's not going to be.
She's not cooperative.
She's not going to be cooperative. How when your bank is bigger? How
already a woman is on a short
is on a short fuse.
English if you go to beware at own risk. So how much more so when you think it, dog? Like you niggas, if you niggas dated yourselves, done.
Yeah, no shame. I'd break up with myself.
Just for like 3 months.
You actually
just date for 6 months.
No, I would not date myself. No motherfucking way.
For 6 months, and then it's okay. Now, would you deal with that? Yeah, and then you have your answer. Pale, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
But the children one, I still disagree, guys.
Which one's the children one?
That men have a better chance in the market.
No, they do, and that's just reality. But it's not a woman problem, like especially because in the beginning, like you made examples, Moguti, like you just eating your youth. That's just a general assumption, which is one, a false assumption. Two, like it's just wrong on so many levels.
A false assumption. So you think girls right now at ages 20 to let's say maybe 25, 25. Do you think girls right now are all just looking for men? Well, maybe so, yeah. Maybe are all of them trying to settle down right now? Are all of them? What's the thing? What's the narrative that you're seeing the most of on social medias when you go out to clubs? Is it I'm here looking for a boyfriend, I'm here looking for a husband, or is it hot girl summer? I'm trying to twerk on this nigga. I'm trying to.
Unfortunately,
exactly.
That is what we see.
So that.
I will not be triggered.
So because that's the narrative we're pushing, ne? Now what the fuck? My point just
okay, but still, you do agree that it's still a societal problem.
To the young woman in any.
So that essentially just makes it look like I throw away because those are the years that you're meant to be
focused. Yes.
I'd even counter that. I'd even counter that and say even a girl who's not necessarily out in the streets. Let's say she's at home, I she has to be out there.
Yeah, but to push it in one, and push it
and that's what she's focused on. But do we still agree?
The same youth. That youth is still.
Do we still agree with it's still not the individual or the woman's problem? It's a societal thing.
Because who are you putting it on the society? Because it's men and females. So who's coming with the issue?
Because men don't necessarily go around wanting marriage. Ne?
That's true.
It's a woman. No, men don't. Yeah, it's women that want the marriage. So it can't be their problem. Tina, we wasted our time during our peak, and then Master Sexual 30 and stuff. Sis, you're a fuck.
Like, how do you deal with?
No, Nami, I love gag tits.
I can but I'm gag tits. Doesn't mean anything.
He's such an asshole.
He is. And then when we're reaching the 30s, the 40s, now we're trying to get a husband and whatever the case may be. It's in us for no lock her down. Ne, it's us.
Mina shame. Personally. ngingabi locked down. Because even during a time where abantu besifazane of that era or back then where they just focused their youth on being an ideal wife or a perfect wife, and they do not waste their youth on studying, on trying to better themselves as human, they found themselves getting burnt.
Bonk.
I wasn't Guti bonke because ngizothi balaba 2 that do not get burnt, and I will tell you Guti that's the exception. So please do not come at me with technicalities.
Yes.
No, bonk.
Yes.
Do not come at me with technicalities. Like you've been like bonke, you want stats and figures. I'm going to stats and say, yay.
They had hard, they had it round.
A majority of them, that generation was a generation of ukbegezel.
Continue relationship. All right. On that note, since we know other niggas is happy, their relationship is happy.
You know what, guys? I think as women, we just need to buy a dog and die alone.
Yes! That's actually such a good one.
Oh my gosh, this has been such a great conversation. Slim, guys.
So Tina.
Nomfundo, bruh. It was so great having you. You're such a vibe, bruh. Yazi, get cause of energy, get cause of passion.
Passion.
Misplaced.
Yo, fuck, man.
I hate you do that.
Is there any last words we want to say before we end the show?
Good luck to all the females, dog.
Yeah, bruh. But you know what? I'm gonna go back to Kevin Samuals and start watching the ones where he's bashing men, and I'll come back. And I'll come back. And my next episode with about Kevin Samuels is gonna be about why men are the way that they fucking are.
That
I
is
also
fine,
need to
dog.
watch.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Like I also want to know that because the
Yeah.
way Uzuzu is right now, he's just
Hey.
a motherfucking prick.
We're excited.
You just want to put me down. Like,
He's
to see a guy that's
Excuse
happy.
you, what will I
To
benefit?
see a guy that's happy. It's
What
like,
will I get from
why
it?
is he
He's
just happy
buzzing.
around us?
Oh,
Hey, there's like 3 girls there. Why is he happy around? Like, hey, that must be uncomfortable.
And that's it for the Cultured Swine. Bye.
Okay, sure. RadioDR.co.za.